Let's understand how this entire magic trick works. The key idea here was that motion is relative. What does that mean? We'll understand that in time. But let's see the same setup from a different perspective and try to understand how the magic trick works. So please have a look at this. Right, what did you observe? Let me put it in this form. First is, we had a platform, and on this platform we fixed the light source, we fixed the camera, the magician stood there, and we fixed the background. The first step was to have all of these factors on the same platform. That is, when the platform moved, the entire system moved. Right? That was your first step. So the magician started by showing you guys a different background. So this was the background which the magician showed. Second step was to fix the background, which was fixed to the platform. Remember, the first background was not fixed to the platform. The second background is fixed to the background. Third step was to rotate the entire platform, and thus all these four factors rotated, including the magician, all of them rotated. And the last step was to reveal a new background, and you have the magic show. So how is that obvious with this perspective and not with this perspective? Right? With different perspective, we have different results. With the first perspective, that is the perspective of the camera, the person was at rest. While with the second perspective, the magician was moving with respect to the walls of the room. So let us understand motion being relative. Let's understand this and then come back to this. Okay, to answer in a better manner, to answer with more technical words, right? The technical aspect of this, we'll understand that. We'll try to define it. We understood how the magic trick is done. I mean, we are able to do it again. But how do you put it across? How do you discuss that with something? How do you put it across in terms of physics? That's what we are trying to understand. The thing is, motion is relative. What does that mean? To define motion being relative, the relative motion refers to that motion or speed of an object in respect to a reference point. That's very important, in respect to a reference point. So to put it in this manner, with respect to this new background, the magician is at rest, right? With respect to, say, background number A, with respect to background number A, the magician did not move. Is it not? He did not move. He was there at the same distance from the background. With respect to the walls, with respect to the walls of the room, what happened? The magician moved. The magician happened to be over here to begin with, and the magician got shifted in this manner. The magician moved. So motion is relative. With respect to one background, the magician did not move. With respect to another background, the magician moved. And that's how the trick works. Let me give you guys another example. a person sitting in a train is at rest for another person in the train, while the same person is in motion for a person who is outside the train. That is very commonsensical, right? If you have a train and there are number of people inside, all of them can talk to each other, while a person who is sitting over here can wave at them for a second or two and they're gone, because they're under motion. When it comes to this person who is outside, they're at rest with respect to the people who are sitting in front of them, around them. I hope that made sense. One last example and to answer your question. A kid who is sitting on a chair, who is technically on the earth, right? The chair is on the earth, so he's on the earth. Earth is moving, so for an alien, this kid is moving. That's what this is telling. Is moving. Okay, the kid is moving. That's what they are telling. But for a person standing in front of the kid is at rest, right? Because the platform here is earth itself. How we had a platform over here, we have a platform over here wherein the earth itself is the entire platform, and if you go out of the earth and observe something, that thing will be moving, because your surrounding has changed. Your surrounding will be moon, sun, stars, everything. Here the surrounding was, well, here the surrounding was very limited, only this much. That's all you got to see. But here the surrounding is different, right? And over here, from this perspective, whatever this camera, wherever this camera was, the surrounding is different. The surrounding is the wall. The surrounding is, there are quite a few things. The door, there was a door over here. So the surrounding was different. So motion is said to be relative. For some, it might be moving. For some, it need not be moving. So motion is relative. Okay. So please pause. Try to write things on your own. Draw a diagram so that things you remember things. It's more of the idea than the definition. Definition is not a big deal. I don't think they'll ask you the definition, but the idea is important so that you enjoy learning something new. If not, it's the same speed, same average speed, same formula, same everything. So I thought of introducing this to you guys so that you guys enjoy learning this. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope making it a bit fun.